The past 4 weeks have been perhaps the toughest test of Chris Jericho's career.
I'm sick and tired of all these so-called veterans walking around like they own the place. You know who owns the place? Maxwell Jacob Friedman, and I'm gonna prove it next week, Jericho.
The 5 labors of Jericho. After Hercules
Against me, but you still don't know my stipulations, bud.
Chris Jericho is somebody that feeds off the crowd. He feeds off the energy of the crowd.
I'm gonna take away something from you that you love, something you cherish, something that has helped you win each and every single one of these labors thus far. No Judas effect. No Judas music. You are going to be coming out here to dead silence.
This could be a game changer for Chris Jericho.
These schmucks are not gonna be able to sing along to your crappy little song.
Everybody knows the words to Judas. They are gonna sing.
And if you hit me with Judas effect, Chris, I automatically win.
If anybody can overcome these odds, can overcome 4 weeks of hell and defeat MJF, it's Chris Jericho.
You're gonna find out that when it comes to me, you haven't just met your match. You've met your successor.
I don't know that Chris Jericho can overcome those odds to then defeat MJF in Houston.
There's a new king in town, and his name is Maxwell Jacob Friedman.
I'm so sorry. I completely forgot. I actually also talked to Tony, and he said that next week on Dynamite, we're wrestling you two for the tag team titles.
Look out, Houston.
This match for the tag team titles on Dynamite. This is tough if you're the Jacksons. This is tough for Matt and Nick, and I'll tell you why. This team of Luchasaurus and of Jungle Boy, they have a plethora of chemistry. They have been a cohesive unit for so long now. When you have a guy who's built like a T-Rex, another guy who's built like a Porsche, I mean, this is a totally different dynamic that Matt and Nick have to deal with.
As soon as their music hits, people are standing up out of their seats, they're cheering, they're clapping along. That is what makes Jurassic Express so dangerous for the Young Bucks. Once the crowd rallies behind them, they find that extra level of reserve. You can't count them out, and that's gonna be a huge problem for the Young Bucks in Houston.
Some people might think that the Young Bucks, their cockiness might go too far. They might be a little bit over the top, and it gets annoying. Some people might think that. I don't agree with any of that. They know, once they step between those ropes and the bell rings, they know what's up, and they know they gotta defend those titles.
We have seen on Dynamite that the Young Bucks' cockiness, their confidence, overconfidence, has cost them. Remember, it was Eddie Kingston and Penta El Cerro Miedo, the first team to beat the Young Bucks in nearly a year. And it's happened once before. It can definitely happen again.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction here. I think we're gonna crown new tag team champions in Houston. I think there's a lot of momentum right now with Jungle Boy, with the song, whoa, 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 whoa. I think we crown new tag team champions.
If this were a straight-up tag team match, I think I would favor the Jurassic Express. They have everything going for them. But the Young Bucks, they have Brandon Cutler, they have Don Callis, they have Doc Gallows, they have Carl Anderson, they have Kenny Omega. They have so many reinforcements that it's impossible for the referee to keep their eye on everybody at ringside. And for that reason, I think the Young Bucks are probably gonna steal one again.
My name is Matt Lee.
I'm Jeff Parker.
We've been a professional wrestling tag team for the better part of 20 years.
Known as 2.0.
We met each other in the 3rd grade. You could say we've been tag team partners for 30 years.
Almost married.
I like to say that we're not even friends at this point. We're brothers. We've wrestled all over the world. Japan, Europe,
Americas,
all over the United States of
Canadas.
America, Canada. And we've mixed it up before with a number of the teams here, right?
of them.
The Young Bucks,
Inner Circle.
the Good Brothers, mixed it up with them. FTR, mixed it up with them.
And a lot of things
Things have
changed.
changed.
And we've changed.
We had 30 days to think about things.
30 days.
And figure it out.
Figure it out.
And when you look at the landscape of professional wrestling, the one name that kept coming back to us was AEW. That was the place we had to be.
And that's the beauty about being free agents.
What about
We
it?
can go wherever.
Whenever.
It's beautiful.
You know?
It's a beautiful thing. You know, we were underutilized
A little bit.
for a little bit too long.
I think that's fair to say.
And that
I think that's fair to say.
That ended the time we walked in the door. We're a couple of guys who like to have a good time.
Yeah, we
you
like to
know?
have a good
We like
time.
to make a few jokes, most of the time at other people's expense.
Sometimes. I don't know if we want to put this out there, but it's part of the strategy. Hey, these guys, what are they, a joke?
Yeah,
Are these guys
oh,
a
they're
joke?
just a joke,
They're
right?
a joke?
Oh, yeah,
these
yeah,
guys,
the
these are the
comedians.
funny guys.
Oh, yeah, he's the one with the
fu-
loud
funny
voice,
guys.
right?
This
They're
guy's
always
real
doing the
loud.
yelling.
Real loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Real loud until we punch you in the mouth. How about that? In 2 weeks' time, how did we end up in a match with Darby Allin, one of the faces of the company, right? And frickin' Sting. Sting. The second you punched us in the mouth, Sting, the novelty wore off.
It is worn off.
The novelty is gone.
Your first match on TNT Dynamite.
20 years.
It's so exciting.
Right?
You gotta see it, right? You gotta watch it. And you also have to watch it because it's highly probable that this is going to be Sting's last match. You build this bond of being in the trenches together. His survival depends on me. My survival depends on him. We will look out for each other at all costs. Darby and Sting.
What do you guys have in common?
You know, here's the thing.
What?
Do
What's
we
the thing?
have-
What's the thing?
Do we have
What is the thing?
security? Do we have a nice, cushy deal that we can just sit back and go?
Not really.
Yeah.
No.
If it goes our way, it goes our way. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We'll be back next week. We don't.
No guarantees.
One thing that is guaranteed,
What's that?
and I can tell you this right now, when we put Darby Allin down,
Yeah.
when we put Sting down,
Yeah.
when it is Sting's last match at the expense of 2.0, we're not gonna need security. It's gonna be show time.
You're gonna find out that 2.0 rules.
It's Sting! Sting! Back on TNT for the first time! Oh my God, since 2001!
I remember that night. It was the last night of WCW, and I remember there were a lot of emotions going through the backstage area and during the production meeting that day, and I remember thinking, you know what, Flair and Sting to wrestle in the final WCW match on TNT is just the correct thing to do, and it was because of what they had meant to the company, what they had meant to WCW at that time.
The fan inside of me, every time I get a chance to call a Sting match, it's something special.
And now the icon, oh my God! Diving off the booger chips! And the crowd goes wild!
And now to have Sting in a wrestling match back on TNT for the first time in over 20 years, this is huge.
Sting, there is that mystique, there is that aura that he brings.
I think the thing that makes him so unique is he can still perform at an optimum level.
We all say Sting is an icon. We really mean that. He's an icon to many generations of wrestling fans and to wrestlers as well.
Sting is one of those wrestlers that has trailblazed the way. You go from back in the 90s even to today's wrestlers. You see it in my matches every time I do this.
Sting's legacy has been cemented. And now that he's part of AEW, it's even bigger.
Matt Lee and Jeff Parker, 2.0, they're a tag team that I've been very familiar with for over 10 years, and they're one of the best free agent tag teams in all of professional wrestling.
A hot shot on the top.
I think for 2.0 in this Texas Tornado match, they're gonna have their hands full. They're gonna have their hands full because of the cohesiveness and the friendship and almost like a brotherhood between Sting and Darby Allin. It's gonna be tough for 2.0 to deal with that. But 2.0 is so new on the scene.
They called out Darby Allin, John Moxley, and Eddie Kingston.
There's some heavy hitters. These guys have no fear.
And they are coming to Dynamite to win. They are coming to cement their reputation here in AEW.
For Sting to be back in the ring after 20 years on TNT, it's inspiring, but it's also iconic, just like the man himself.
He's the icon. He is somebody that is legendary in the world of professional wrestling.
Darby Allin and Sting, I could tell you from experience, they are as close as they seem they are. I think they're gonna explode in Houston on Dynamite against 2.0.
Paint him into a corner, shove him into a bad situation, threaten him, and I think you're going to find that there's a lot of fight left in Sting.
Stinger splash!
I cannot wait for the Texas Tornado match for Sting and Darby Allin to take on 2.0 in Houston.
I don't care what year it is, Sting is forever. Serious question here.
Yeah.
What made you want to become a dentist?
So I didn't know what I wanted to do when I was at Penn State for undergrad. And when my dad's like, Britt, you gotta get serious. So I went to my advisor and I told her, hey, I really want to be a dentist. I want to start applying to dental schools. She says, you don't have the grades for that. You need to pick something else. You never get in. I was so pissed off. I spent the next 2 years, I did nothing but study my ass off, okay? I studied. I sent her every acceptance letter I got as a big middle finger because I was so mad that she told me I couldn't. Like, advisors are supposed to advise you to get what you want. Oh, are you crying? Why are you crying? I missed you. Oh. Oh my gosh, this lady saved my life. She was she was in our module, so she helped us schedule our patients. How many times did I have to dip out because I had like something going on in wrestling? I would text her.
Come in with black eyes.
And she would save the day. Hello, I love it. Look at your shirt. Look at this. It's perfect.
Oh, sure.
Did you go?
Yeah, I'm going tomorrow.
Oh, heck yeah. I love it.
How about we introduced her? What a pop, huh? Fans went crazy.
They went nuts.
They went.
How many DMD signs did you see?
They had one made out of molars, which I was impressed with.
Yeah.
Did you tell her your wrestling name?
What's your wrestling name?
He had it on his sign yesterday.
Come on.
Mucho robusto.
Oh! Wait, announce him real quick.
Okay.
Coming to the ring.
Coming to the ring from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Mucho Robusto.
Oh, he got it. It was so good. Where is? Look,
Oh, what a smile, huh?
class of 2018. All DMDs, but there's only one.
Yeah, oh no.
DMD. Uh-oh. Hey, the champ is here. What's going on? I told you I was gonna come back and see you. Didn't I tell you? And I guess what? I got the action figure now. It's in Target. Didn't I tell you I'm gonna have an action figure one day?
Wow, this is impressive, Britt.
My whole life coming to Pittsburgh, like I was always buying tickets
Yeah.
to see people, and now people are buying tickets to see me.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Isn't that so surreal?
Yeah. It says a lot about you as a person.
I never thought I would be at PNC Park as a performer. I'm a
Jersey.
Yes!
This is a big moment.
This is so
This
cool.
is a big freaking moment.
When I was a kid, this was the thing to do. When my parents brought me to Pirates games, it was like Christmas. So to be here on the field this time, it's surreal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are joined on the field for our first pitch by a Punxsutawney native, as well as a University of Pittsburgh graduate. Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, is an AEW superstar in the wrestling world.
Ready?
No, here we go.
Wow! Thank you, and welcome everybody today.
Don't you do it.
Throwing the first pitch on behalf of AEW in Culture City was so surreal because I grew up loving the Pirates. But equally, I had a lot of fun playing with the kids in the sensory room because we got to learn a little bit more about them, and it was fun really seeing them playing with all the games and going out and watching the game, but then coming back inside when it was time to come back to playing games. We need more awareness for essentially everywhere we go. I hope we have them in every ballpark across the nation. Of course I have nerves. I mean, this for me is one of the biggest stages I'll ever wrestle on because it's my peers, it's my home, it's my people, it's the black and gold, it's the Yinzers. That would be absolutely devastating if I had the best week ever and then I finish it off losing my world title, my beloved world title in my hometown on the first ever Rampage, first ever main event. Plain and simple, it's not gonna happen. There's no way, I'm too stubborn. I was too stubborn. I made it through dental school, I made it through professional wrestling as a successful star. I'm too stubborn, I'm not going to lose, there's no chance. and